Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Flagstaff Epro E19BH little bunkhouse travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you got quite a big awning there, so leave plenty of room for that to come in and out. On your off campsite, I really just want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power is going to be right above your tire. Water connection is going to be toward the front of the unit on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is level our hitch. We do have a night docking light should you arrive at night. Power tongue jack, retract to bring it down, extend to raise it. Got your power, got your unit. Once we got our unit level, the next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit got these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank here. You can use a drill gun or an impact driver. I just recommend if you do, you slow down when you get to the bottom, because all we're going to do is run these down until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. All we're going to do is run these down until they're taut. I recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Go ahead and get a 4-pack of those. Put them down, run all 4 of these down. Once our unit's level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Okay, and your power cord to plug in here on the side. The way they go on now, goes into the left, twist to the right, and then put on your black washer. Now at the end of this 30 amp service, should you need it, got a 30 to 15 reducer if you ever need to plug into a 110. Get your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Open up the city water connect. Get this in there nice and snug. Hook up your hose. Don't turn our hose on yet. To the left here is going to be your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, throw a little plumber's tape on here. That is 1 1/8 inch. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, then you can go ahead and turn this hose on. Now, after your hose has been on for a little while, I want you to go inside and open up your water taps. Once you got a nice steady flow of water running through them, then you'll know that your hot water heater is full. Shut them taps off, then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come out here and check these valves, see if they are bubbled up. If they are, just press them back in. They're a reset valve. Now let's say we're not going to go city camping at a campsite, we're going to go boondocking. Well, in that case, we're going to use potable water or a freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. 2 ways to tell when this is full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your batteries. Black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on this when you're filling it. Once it is full, go ahead and put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up with power and water. Go ahead and walk you around the rest of the trailer, starting here on your off camp side with your docking lights out front. Big pass-through storage area. Your hot water heater. Fresh water, city water. There's your antifreeze inlet. And there's your cable and satellite. There's a outdoor shower, freshwater dump. There's a holder for your sewage hose. Again, your power. Going to the back, here's your sewage, your black and gray tanks. Separate entry doorway for the bunk area. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof for any drying or cracking, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. Electronically communicating with this device gives you a backup camera. You also have a black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tanks. Get your big awning here with a pitch adjust. If it's raining, pull down on this end and it'll run your rainwater this way. In this case, it's melting snow. In your storage up here, you are going to have a separate table, a stand, and a griddle that'll hook onto that stand. And right down below that, your quick connect LP for that. A couple of 110s out here. A vent for your microwave, porch light, outdoor speaker. It's a flue for your furnace. Two things, make sure it's never blocked, and if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that, it does get hot. Your main low point drain for when we're leaving the campsite, right here. Your pass-through storage with your table, griddle stand, and griddle. You also have the Lippert jacket bike rack on this. Your propane. Lefty loosey to open. Does come with a regulator. If I get this off here and show you here. There's your regulator, simply pointed toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open to turn your gas on. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Well, I did think of one more thing. Underneath your propane tank here, when you're off campsite, is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important here in a few when I talk about your battery propane carbon monoxide detector. All right, coming up in the unit, first thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Just above that is a TPS notice. That's your tire pressure monitoring system that comes with this. I will send a separate video from TPS, TST Truck Technologies themselves, and they'll walk over how to set that up for you. You also have another video from GP Electric on the Go Power solar as well. So besides this video, you have two extra ones, one on your tire pressure monitoring and one on your solar. Up here, your Wi-Fi Ranger. It'll help you pick up Wi-Fi better at the back of the park. Sound system here. See if we can pick up anything inside this metal building. There we go. So indoors, outdoors, or both. AM, FM, Bluetooth, really nice system. Furion TV, got a remote here for that. I'll crank that up. Talk about your power port here. A couple of USBs and 110s. There's your TV cranked down. We showed up just in time for the Price is Right. Tuck that back down. Continuing in, I want to point out you got your 110 with GFCI reset here. And then up to the left is going to be your control panel. So there's you check your brand new battery. There's the fresh button I said to hold down when filling your potable water. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using that potable water. Your water heater if hooked to gas, your water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. There's a tank heater. This will turn on a little 12-volt pad on your tank to keep that from freezing. Your awning. I just want to show you on your awning. You only want to run that out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. If you continue to run that out, it will run itself out and start to run itself out backwards. So don't do so. I'll leave that out while it's drying. Over here, step, awning, porch, and interior lights. All right, continue into your kitchen here. You do have a light and a fan above your cooktop. This top makes an excellent backsplash. You would turn this to high, press it in, and then hit your spark here, and there's your flame. Same thing down here on the oven. Turn it to the flame, spark it here, and then set it to the desired temperature. No need for a pilot light anymore. Got a panel light and an oven light. Again, your GP Electric Go Power solar controller. But the whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels on your roof from overcharging your battery. That'll show you where you're at all times. Your only concern is making sure you're on the right battery. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that, your Magic Chef fridge. Just want to tell you on this, you got this little safety bar. Make sure that's over when you're traveling. In the hallway, smoke alarm and AC. Oh, here's your furnace. You notice I turn your furnace on. When I shut it off, it takes a few minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. To dinette, if you lift this table up, these legs will remove. This leg will remove, and those will remove off the wall back here. Be careful when you're sliding them in and out. Set that table down here on the bottom. Put your back cushions on top, and that'll give you another sleeping quarters. Down here is your inverter remote. Coming back underneath your fridge, all the way down here is going to be your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector, as well as your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. You got a little variety in there, a couple 15s, a 30, a 40. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Lastly, we'll come back into your bedroom. Excuse me, your bathroom. The lighting is here, 110. Hand crank open. Power exhaust in here. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're going to leave the campsite and close the unit up. So what I like to do is start by shutting off all my lights. So I'll come to my control panel and shut all my lights off. Then I can walk around and see all the individual lighting I need to shut off. Go through the whole unit and do that. Turn our interior lights back on and say doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's gonna move around on you as you're going. Secure your unit, shut off all your lights, and exit your unit. I'm not gonna close your awning right now because it's still drip drying. On these steps, you want to make sure that this door is all the way open, which reminds me of the awning. Make sure your door is not all the way open. When opening this awning, you see it'll actually stop it from opening. But make sure this is open so this doesn't hook on your door here. Alright, so I brought your awning in so I can bring this in. You gotta open this door all the way, otherwise this could catch on it. You'll see it comes really close as you bring this in. Set that inside. Lock your door. Before you leave the dump station, make sure you lock and deadbolt this door and lift and turn this handle. At this point, if we are at a campsite, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, and our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. If you're out dry camping, you're going to bring up your stabilizing jacks, unhook your power, water, and cable, but you're also going to dump this fresh tank. That white handle right there, that'll dump all that fresh water out. When you head up to the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be all the way at the rear of the unit on your off-camp side. We're going to hook up a 10-foot hose there. And the first thing we're going to do is pull our black handle. After it sounds like that's no longer draining, you can open your door and check your tank on your on your panel in there. Once that's empty, leave that black handle open. Again, grab your water pressure regulator. Come around here to this black tank flush. Hook up the hose at the dump station. Turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes. Again, with that black handle open. Wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. After about 5 minutes or so, remove that hose, shut it off. Make sure that all that washout that you just put in there has drained. Once that's drained, close your handle and pull your gray handle. Now while that gray handle is draining, we're going to come around to our campsite. We're going to get up underneath this low point drain and open up both of those. Once them are done draining, come back around to our hot water heater. Going to lift up on your pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remainder of your hot water out of there. Once that's done, push this back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then pull your drain plug. When our gray tank is done dumping, we're going to close that gray handle, grab our sewage hose off there, and come up here and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose in your sewage hose holder. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Epro for many years to come. Happy camping.